Hello, Andrew with Capricomicon Reviews. Just wanted to talk a little bit today about Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo. The version I played is for the Wii Virtual Console. I use the GameCube controller. It's a very nice and well-rounded controller. You can't go wrong with the GameCube controller. No matter what game you play, it just feels right in your hands. I love the GameCube controller. It's my personal favorite controller, and it works really well for Super Mario Kart. Now, talking a little bit about the history of Super Mario Kart, it was developed in 1992, was overseen by Shigeru Miyamoto himself, was very unique and innovative for its time. This game right here has gone on to produce, loads of sequels across many platforms. You've got the Super Nintendo one here, you've got the N64 one, there's been one on GameCube. They've spanned, there's one on Wii U, there's even one for arcades. So yeah, Mario Kart has definitely seen its fair share of evolution over the years, but this one right here is the OG. This is the one that started it all, and it has spawned loads of games that are very similar. Games like Diddy Kong Racing has been inspired by this game. Crash Team Racing is another one. Item-based kart racers. They're Definitely, this is the granddaddy of them all. So, if you like games like this, and you've never played this one, I don't know where the hell you've been. You've been hiding under a rock, I guess. But this is definitely the best in a lot of ways out of the series. But definitely there's been a lot of innovations made and improvements that have come along over the years. But you can definitely go back to the roots of the genre and of the game series, play this one, and still find loads of enjoyment, even though it's been over 2 decades. This game still holds to the test of time. It still, I think, looks great for its time, No, it's not fancy and sparkly and nice three-dimensional graphics like you've got a lot of today, especially with Mario Kart 8. I mean, looks fantastic. But Super Mario Kart does hold the test of time, even with the graphics, the gameplay, all of that. It's still, legendary, this game. I love the fact that you can have a huge upset in a race by just laying down a banana peel at just the right place. Someone will turn a curve, hit a banana peel, and it'll knock them right out of first place. They'll be in last place before they know it. That right there could get you the race. You could hit someone with a red shell just before they hit the finish line, and that'll get you right in first, get you right in there, Something that they included later on was the blue shell. This is very controversial. No one likes the blue shell if it's getting used against them. Of course, everyone loves the blue shell if they're using it. I'm happy to say that didn't come along till a little later. This particular item is not in this game. That also makes it a lot more fair, in my opinion. But something that makes it a little unfair is the insane computer difficulty. Now, you can definitely see, there's a steep incline from Mushroom Cup, which is the very first cup, to Flower Cup, which is the next cup up. Now, Mushroom Cup is relatively easy. Flower Cup, the next race up from that, is definitely much, much harder. Star Cup is very hard too. I played this game for a couple of days just trying to get gold in Star Cup. It is hard. The game is very, there's a relatively, I don't want to say a steep learning curve, but the difficulty is there. I don't want to call it unfair. I guess it's really not unfair, but it's definitely a huge part of the game is the difficulty. Now, while this game is a little frustrating, I will say that there is many hours of fun to be had with this game. Playing with friends. There's a battle mode on there, which isn't particularly great, but it's fine. It's fun. But you could do a multiplayer race, a 2-player race. Obviously there's no online. It's Super Nintendo, so it's all local multiplayer. Really fun stuff. But Yeah, there's 3 classes. You've got lightweights, middleweights, and heavyweights. The lightweight class is Toad and Koopa Troopa, and both of them are very quick, and they have no weight to them really, so that they go around curves really light. So you have to be careful with that. Also, they can be knocked into a spin or knocked off track. Anything like that, relatively easy. So if they're up against a heavyweight, they're going to get knocked all over the damn place. They're going to be bouncing off walls and getting hit. But, in my humble opinion, I loved the lightweight class. That's probably my favorite class because it's easier for me to get a lead. I guess I'm not particularly skilled in the long game of just kind of waiting in the wings and then hitting someone where it hurts just at the right moment. Now, the middleweight class is racers like Mario, Luigi, Princess, Yoshi. These are a more balanced racer. They're not quite as quick as the lightweight class, but they're easier to control. They're not as hard to knock around, or they're not as easy to knock around, is what I'm trying to say. They're great for a good balanced experience. But then there's the heavyweights, which is Donkey Kong and Bowser. And oh boy, for me anyway, they're very hard to win a race with. I tend to kind of steer away from getting them simply because I suck at racing games. So, again, playing the long game of waiting in the wings for an opportunity, I'd rather just bust out through the gates, be in first, and maintain my position in first. Now, for the people that their strategy is somewhat different, the heavyweights are the way to go just because you can knock people just all over the damn place, and there's not much they can do about it. You just knock them off the track, you can just ram them, just turn them into a spin if you hit them just right. Pretty great. The banana pills are an item that also I would like to say is probably a game changer, and has showed up in every Mario Kart since. The banana pills have the ability to put people into a spin. If they hit them, they'll go into a spin, and they could fall off the track, or if not, it still takes them a minute to gain their composure. The red shells, legendary items. You can throw the red shells, hit somebody. It's got like a homing effect, but you can throw them off track too. If you go around another opponent or an obstacle, go around a curve just right, or if there's a lot of distance between you, there's a chance that you could just get away from it. Now later on, with the blue shells that shows up later on in the Mario Kart series, that is not a thing. You can almost never get away from a blue shell. So I'm happy to say that the blue shells aren't in this game, and this game is fantastic and near perfect. I would say the only thing I would change is probably the difficulty, just a little, but even with the difficulty, the game is perfectly fine. So I give this game a 9 out of 10. Okay, I love this game. It's a beloved game. It's a staple in the series, both Mario and in the Mario Kart series, as well as kart racers in general. It's just an overall great game. So 9 out of 10. I think that's a fair score. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Tell me an experience with Mario Kart that you might have had. Tell me what you think about the game, and in what you think of my review. I'm still a little new at this, but I'm getting there. So just like and subscribe, share the video if you like what you saw, and come back and see us at Capricomicon Gaming. Thank you very much for watching, and I guess I'll see you next time.